Hi, I'm JJ Barnes, and this is Jonathan McKinney.
Hello.
And you're watching another episode of Writing Advice with JJ and Jonathan. Today we're going to be talking about learning information, specifically your characters learning information. And there's two ways you can do this. So you want them to learn that somebody's having an affair, right?
Okay.
No, that's not a very good one, actually, because that could be accident. Say that you want them to learn when a bank robbery is going to take place, okay? You want, like...
Is this the character that is planning
Your character is the policeman.
Okay.
He knows that a bank robbery is going to take place. He wants to stop it. The bank robbers want to do it, right? But he doesn't know when or where, right? He sets out to find this information. He can learn it one of two ways. He can learn it by accidentally overhearing someone in a diner while he's getting a cup of coffee.
Not good.
Not good. Or he can learn it by sleuthing and putting the time in and discovering it because you have actually written him doing that.
Yeah.
Both ways, right, he gets the information. Both ways he shows up to stop the bank robbery and either gets shot or doesn't or whatever.
But yeah, one is a story and one is a fluke.
Yeah. And there is a real problem, like the overheard phone call. You know, the accidentally bumping into somebody who has this information at hand.
Yeah.
It happens a lot in stories where just by coincidence your person is in the same restaurant as somebody who's talking about it, or, you know, picks up, you know, in the days of landlines, when they would pick up the landline and the person on the other one, like in Friends, when Phoebe overhears that Monica and Chandler...
Right.
No, not Phoebe.
Rachel
overhears that Monica, because she picks up the... and she
Laundry?
Yeah, isn't that my new nickname?
Exactly.
Right? It happens a lot in fiction. There are certain... Like, that was funny. To be fair to Friends, that was funny, and Rachel wasn't looking to find out that information.
Yeah, also, it could happen.
Yeah, but it's... With a comedy, like a sitcom, you haven't got a lot of time, so it's fine. But if it happened all the time, it wouldn't be. But for occasionally, it's fine.
I think that the key distinction is that it shouldn't be the method by which your character accomplishes their goal.
That's it, exactly.
Because then they haven't learned anything or been challenged or bettered themselves.
If they just happen upon the information by accident with no cost to themselves.
Yeah.
It should be a challenge. Getting the information they need, the information they want. This policeman stopping this bank robbery. This is the movie you're writing in my head, right?
Right.
Your policeman wants to stop the bank robbery. It should be hard for him to find out when and where it is and who's involved. It shouldn't just be something that he's been fighting all the way through the film and then...
Yeah, and so
now
I suppose...
he comes across it, like...
I guess this comes down to something where the character has the same obstacle in front of him or her that you have as the writer, which is, how the hell do I figure out how to stop the robbery, right? And if you don't know, because you're incompetent, right? I'm sorry, but you're being the policeman. That's the job you've taken for yourself, is to be this policeman.
You have to find it out through intelligence.
If you don't know how to fix the problem, so you have an accident happen that fixes it instead, then
it's lazy.
That's not good storytelling.
You need to make it a story. So the climax, the thing that they need to know, the piece of information that they need for whatever it is, it doesn't have to necessarily be the climax, it could be the midpoint, whatever. They need this information. They stumble upon it by accident through the overheard call, the listening at a restaurant. They're just top of my head examples now. It makes it boring because you're like, oh, okay, I guess.
Well, it's
they know that now.
Anti-climax.
Yeah,
you're kind of promising a show, and then you're saying, and then they figured it out, and then it happened the way they wanted it to.
They just happened to be in the same place. Like, if you can make it so they overhear the conversation at the diner, but they've worked out that the person at the diner is going to be meeting with somebody who might be relevant, and he has to go in and he has to disguise himself and put himself in a situation to overhear that. That's different.
There's an episode of Batman the Animated Series where Batman puts a little recording device in a diner where he knows that one of the crime bosses in Gotham is going to be
totally fine,
Right.
because he's done something. He's made
It's not
an
just
effort.
Bruce Wayne popping in for a coffee
And then overhearing
it.
it.
And going,
It shows a lack of imagination. It shows a lack of care. It shows a lack of respect for your audience, because you're like, I couldn't be bothered. I was just like, well, they can just overhear it. It's fine. They can just learn this thing that they need to learn like this, because then, well, it's fine. It's not fine. Your audience deserves better.
So in season 5 of The West Wing, Zoe Bartlett, the president's daughter, is she's kidnapped, right? So
Well, end of season 4.
yeah, but the dealing with it happens in the beginning of season 5, and so you get 2 episodes, I think, where the hostage president's daughter story is obviously dominating the entire show, and at the end of the 2nd episode, it's like somebody tells the president, "We found her,
Yeah.
and we killed the bad guy, and she's coming home," and you're like, "Oh,
Alright.
what a relief!" But nobody that we've been watching accomplished that.
Yeah, like, that's just done then.
Yeah.
Okay. What? Yeah, I agree. Like,
So
there should be your characters should have to pursue it. They shouldn't just have it handed to them. If it's just handed to them, there's no conflict. It's done.
Yeah, we like to watch characters demonstrate their competence
And struggle and fight and
overcome something.
push to get what they want, not just get it handed. Like, yeah, basically, you want your characters to have conflict, and if they just the thing they want to know just lands in
and
their lap, they have no conflict. It's like, oh, alright, then it's done then.
like, you might feel like there is a point at which they're going to just keep trying what they're trying, but eventually it's going to work. That if they are sleuthing, right? So they go around all the dive bars in the little area, and they're, slipping drinks and $10 bills to the snitchy bartender guy. And you go through the first 9 and they don't know anything, and then the 10th one does, then it feels a bit like that still has this sort of almost sense of accidental fortune about it.
But at least it's got...
But at least they have been striving.
Yeah, like, that's okay. I don't have a problem with that, because, if you're looking for the snitch, you go looking for the snitch, and you find someone who's willing to snitch, at least you've put some effort in.
Yeah, if that feels pedestrian to you, I think the problem is it's not. It might not be what's interesting to you, but the struggle is the
point.
Is
That's
the point.
what you're in for.
So you create interesting characters, and you ideally you have them also learn things that apply to whatever the emotional arc they're going through is.
Yeah.
And then it starts to feed your story as well.
That is good storytelling. It's not lazy storytelling.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be a lazy storyteller. You want to
you want to do a good job.
You want your audience to be like, this is a captivating story. Not just, all right then, that's done.
Yeah, that's not what we go to our fiction for.
Yeah, exactly. So that is something to consider if you are writing. If you can't think of something, so you just have a coincidence land like that, try harder.
Yeah.
Put the effort in.
Take a break.
Walk away.
Think about it.
Think
about it from another perspective, and make your character suffer and strive rather than having it land in their laps.
Yeah. So thank you very much for watching this video. If you could like this video and subscribe to our channel, we will be able to keep bringing you free writing advice, which we want to be able to do, and we hope is helping you. I'll have been putting links across here to other videos. Also, if you comment down below with anything you want us to talk about, or maybe you have a good example of accidentally discovered information that you'd like us to see so we can learn how wrong we are, we will look at it, and if we agree or don't agree, we can do a video.
If the accidental information is the spark for the conflict in your story, then it's
that's fine. That's an inciting incident.
Yeah,
that's all right.
That's okay. It's when someone is trying and then they get lucky. That's
the problem.
Bad.
Yeah. So yeah, let us know what you think, and we'll be back again soon, and we'll talk to you again.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye bye.